Hi again, it's Oz. This time I'm doing a video on power cores because someone asked for it in the comment section. If you want to see something in Memories of Mars or want to know where, some locations of certain materials or loot, comment down below so I can try and get a video out for you. So this was a bit delayed. My account got banned temporarily for spam since me and my friend were messing around and things, we didn't go too far, it's just he pressed the wrong button. Anyway, I'm getting this video out to you now. Again, thank you for all the support on the videos. I've never actually hit that many views, so I'll try my hardest. But I also wanted to quickly say before we get into the video that I do other content. I play Siege quite a bit. It's a game I love and enjoy, and I am okay at it. I think I am. Everyone's got their own opinion. But yeah, so I will upload Siege content as well. If you don't want to watch it, obviously no problem. If you are interested, feel free to watch it. But yeah, we're going to get into this. I'll try and... It's very hard to make this video a quick video since it is a very long, long little adventure. And it's quite difficult. I highly recommend you do this with a mate because it's that difficult and there's a high chance of death. So we're going to walk up to this area. I'm with two of my mates, by the way. So it's like a maze. I'll show a few locations for the intel because it is a mission to come here. You can't get out once you drop down this little ladder bit though, so here it is on the map. This is the location, the underground lab. You'll get a mission for it. The reward will be a gauntlet. I'll explain the system, the quest system a little bit later in another video, but that's one of the intel. And see what I mean? You can no longer get up unless you have some, the jetpack, which even I don't have yet. I have no clue how that functions. But, so, the way you found power cores are in these boxes. You loot them and you see. We don't find any in the beginning of the game, I'll be honest with you. Because there's, from my experience, you can get 1 to 5 power cores. And it can range within there from that variety. Apparently someone went in before us, and it's why we only got 2 power cores, and he got 5. So currently you're going to see me checking, obviously taking those fat flops. But I'm just checking to look for the power core and then letting my friends loot whatever. As you can see, they're running ahead of me because they feel they're just clearing it out, which I was telling them, hold their horses because I wanted to make a guide for you, for the people at home. And I'm taking it quite slow just so, when I was doing it here, you can just sprint through all this, obviously, that's another one. But I walked slow so I could do a very casual commentary because I'm not very professional about these things. My setup's quite meager. As you can see, there's a little, obstacles there. Not easy. Enemies do change variety because when they do the daily reset, it does change up the enemies. Fun fact. So there's just 2 boxes and I'm just checking them out, seeing if there's any power cores. They're quite easy to tell when they're just laying on the floor. They're just a massive blue cylinder, pretty easy to spot. And this is, again, one of my friends just going on ahead. But so, I'm pushing forward. By the way, I recommend going into this place with high level gear. Okay, before I can finish that, this is the laser section. It is beyond annoying, but there's a way around it. See, I'm going to walk in here and see there's a little entry. See that? You walk through that, you avoid all the bullshit I'm about to go through. So if you can't be bothered killing, those guys, or then don't do it. It's just more for the flops. There, we screamed here, but yeah. So it's easy to judge this one. This is the basic. You can't get back though. That's why I was gonna try and go down the vent as well. See my friend Sparky, he's in that vent currently, and you just avoid all the bullshit. I'm gonna quickly finish the what I was talking about beforehand about the gear that I recommend you have. I recommend you have level 2 armor, or at least almost full. I also recommend you have a level 2 weapon with level 2 ammo if possible. You can use level 1 ammo, but it's obviously very difficult because there's a lot of high tier enemies in here. And I do recommend you have at least 3 slots full of ammo. My bad, full of heals. So this is me trying to get back, watch this fail. The reason I'm leaving it in is just I don't mind, and I'm doing the casual commentary. the mass fail, as you will. But back to the heals. You do want 3 stacks of heals. As you can see, I have 5 because I'm the only one in my squad with a full set of level 3 armor, mercenaries armor, otherwise known as. They do have level 3 weapons, but they only have assault rifles. That's where you exit for the vent, by the way, when you avoid all that bullshit and you just fall down here. Okay, down here can be a bit of a maze, but you don't need to go to the right, you just take that left. You may need to go to the right for one of the intelligence things, but I don't think you need to, because I think we're about to explore it after this place, because here's one. Sometimes a schematic can spawn on the table next to it, so make sure to keep your eye for that. This is the other area, so aka the other entrance you would have gone to. It's just nothing, just an alternate way to enter the room. And as there's a lot of enemies, it gets quite frustrating. And this is very important. I was even calling my friends here because this is the first time that both of them were doing this. I wanted to walk them through it as well myself so they knew what to do, and if they ever needed assistance to make sure my mate was around. Again, I'm just looking around for power cores because they can just spawn on the floor. And I failed this because it's luck, but you want to go far. You want to go to the top left corner. See how I miss it? That bar there. I missed it, and look how much damage I took. But if you get it, you lose minimal health. You know, if you're half HP, you wouldn't even die. See, my friends hit that, and they didn't take any damage. I had to use a med kit here because I failed it. And they're all chilling. So again, I'm just checking for power cores. And there is a lot of areas to loot, but like I said, someone came in before us and sort of just taked the whole thing. I know it's quite annoying that, this is a big, almost a 30-minute video, but it's just that long and it's a guide to do it. Of course, if you're just watching the start of it and you do feel confident in yourself and you just want to have some fun and learn it yourself, I do recommend doing it, just randomly, try and figure it out for yourself. It was fun. There's a bitch of a spot coming up ahead. That's Enforcer's chest. I was telling my mates because one of them was wearing a worker's chest. Believe it or not, that's level 2 armor, whereas he was wearing level 1. Some people may not know the names. Again, just checking for power cores. At this point, I wasn't picking up much except for power cores and flops. I was just telling my friends to, look in them and let me know if they saw a power core so I could show it for the video. That's another intelligence. And there's flops, see, I take that one. This area also has a high chance of spawning schematics, but again, someone was in there before us. That's a worker's headlight. And there's a funny glitch. I don't know if it happens to a lot, but my friend Sparky there, for some reason, no matter what, no flashlight worked for him. The only flashlight that worked was the default one that you have in your hand that he had there. And he put on the headgear because whenever he made like one of the headgears or had the tactical light on his gun, it actually wouldn't work. It wouldn't activate for some reason. So it was quite funny. Anyway, I'm continuing to check these places for extra loot because you can just find it and loot anywhere. It's a good high tier loot spot. You don't find high carbon fiber or electron or titanium though, sadly, but you do find a lot of just flops and materials and stuff. That's why I highly recommend coming in with a friend as well, because they can help you. Obviously, as you know, you can find level 1 tier stuff, even, level 2 tier and schematics. Here, not much spawns, it's more of just, some enemies and a way to walk. Obviously, saw Young go up those stairs, they connect together, so even though I go up these ones, he's just in the room next to me. I'm just waiting for my mate Sparky. And this is another room, and a schematic can spawn in here as well. Obviously, so can an enemy, so make sure to watch out. It's also a decent spot to farm copper, but not all computers are farmable. Even, like in the beginning there, where there was like 20 monitors, you can't farm them for the simple fact, it's not a farming spot. Anyway, we're continuing on, just walking through. Again, I'm taking my time, just because you don't want to rush through here. The only reason I'm sprinting through at this point is looking for some more boxes, just making sure we've got everything, and moving forward. The reason, again, I'm taking it slowly is because I have my two friends there who, this is the first time they've gone down here. They had good fun, You know, the only reason, again, I have the both of them is because even I, with fully decked out gear, has not got the balls to go here solo. You can, you know, it's not impossible by any means. You can just go here solo, but I feel like you can't loot one of the few areas where you should, because there's a lot of just strong enemies. And here's a difficult laser part. As you can see, to the left I jumped there, ducked under laser, and to the left again. It looks like a steep jump, but all you have to do is jump and then press sprint. I recommend sprinting when you do a jump because it throws you forward more than it normally would. That's just, you know, them farming that. And this is easy, of course. You just go to the left again. Sticking to the left is quite good. And this one, again, just stick to the right. There's no reason to risk it for the biscuit when it's actually quite easy. This guy I was shooting up, my friends were like, they were just screaming. But yeah, so I'm sitting here waiting for them reloading. Because in here, I think there can be a chance of an enemy. Again, another intelligence fragment. Yep, that's correct. Didn't get that one. And you just want to move forward. It's pretty linear, so there's not that many alternate paths. Okay, here. See these wall things? You might think, oh, they're lasers. No, they're just barricades. At first I was going to... I got lost because I haven't done this for a while. I don't need power cores right now, so I haven't been doing this farming run. But, as you can see, I'm getting a little lost. Because there are other ways to go, but... So, pretty much, you don't want to do what I did, which is just sprint right in. You can sprint down corridors once you get used to it. But to get to this intelligence, you go to the left instead of the right, or straight, and then you just follow it, and it takes you to it. Sadly, there's no power cores in there, but it also shows you the other intelligence. Now, with this, you just go right, but you don't hug the wall. See that little light there? You turn to the left when you see the left light, and then from this, it's just a straight path. That's just me speedrunning it. Nothing to the right. There's nothing to the right there. And this is where a lot of people have difficulty, especially me. I hate this. I wish they'd remove it. I'd rather fight a billion enemies. Anyway, see that little white box there that I'm currently aiming at? That's what you want to land on. Sadly, in this video, I fail completely, but my mate Sparky gets it completely. See, my mate Young fails too. I get hit by that ledge, that little bump. And then my friend Sparky lands on it completely fine. And what you want to do is then not jump like what he did, but just walk off straight because you take least amount of damage. Here I thought I was messed up, like I was just stuck, but in reality level 3 armor does just eat damage. Barely did much, nearly took half my health bar, but I was chilling. One spray, good as new. Anyway, on the way, there's nothing to the right there. Continue on, and this is my favourite part, because this underground laboratory is where they make the Juggernaut, aka the Behemoth, the mission I have in the top left. I'll quickly... I'm just fighting a tank right now, a high-leveled enemy. Anyway, for the Behemoth, it's bottom right near Hass Crater, as it says top left there on my screen. But it's quite... There's nothing there but that mech, so I recommend you stay away from it until you get high level, because there's no reason to go near there. When you're doing the missions, you will go past it, and so you can get a good look at it, or you can just look at it in your spare time, whenever you want. But again, there's just massive amount of loot. Sorry, the nail gun is the worst gun in the game. I highly recommend you don't waste your flops on that. You're better off wasting it on building. So, I continue onward, checking loot, and right now I'm just going to the elevator room. And what that is because you could entirely just skip the below part of this little section of the building. It's what takes a bit of time, but it's also high chance of you getting a power core down there. Sadly, I didn't. Even though it's a high chance, doesn't mean it's absolute. Got some more free flops here. Need those flops, baby. Also, this is a good spot to farm flops. Obviously there are better farming spots, but here's me, idiot me, accidentally progressing. You don't want to continue to progress. See, I saw this and I was like, okay, let's go the opposite way. This is not progression. So I'm going back now because what I wanted to do was show you the entire complex, uncut, unedited, just so you knew what was going on and what's happening. I'll obviously add timestamps to, where, so after, so if you don't want to keep watching, you can just go to the progression, but otherwise we'll continue on from here. Anyway, so right now, again, I'm just looking for power cores looting up. I'm looking for the room with the elevator, because the elevator goes down, and that's where you hit the base of the floor, as you can see down there, because that's what we're getting shot at by enemies downstairs. Here's me looking for it, because I haven't been here in centuries, because I hate this place. It's too easy to die to those lasers. They're the bane of my existence. But now we're going to the actual elevator, because my big dum-dum was like, I remember it's a completely opposite building. And this is how I knew someone else was here before me, is because the elevator was down. That is usually not what happens. That's me just filling up my heals while I wait for the elevator. Healing up from the small amount of damage that tank did. Now here, there's a wide range of enemies. Sometimes you get lucky like what we did and literally get 1 to 2 enemies. Obviously this is a very strong one and they can glitch. That's me shooting at it and completely whiffing because he's stuck and using that as a barricade and shooting us through the floor. The game is buggy, but so is, such is life. Hopefully they're going to update the game soon. With this whole coronavirus though, we have to be patient. But yeah, right now I'm running 2 level 3 shotguns, and my friends are just looking through the containers, letting me know if there's any power cores or not. The only reason I picked up the power cores and they didn't is because I wanted to do it for the video, and they said no problem, we'll cut them up, at the end of the video and everything. Sadly, I only got 2, because like I said, there's a chance between 1 and 5. There's good loot on these belts, make sure to check them, because you can get mercenary gear, aka level 3 gear. I highly recommend it. Of course, sometimes there's flops in the open bins, it's great. But, so, we didn't find that much good gear. Not this time at least. They're still just looting it. But here, you have a high chance of finding power cores. And that's the Juggernaut's feat, aka the Behemoth. The reason it's called the Juggernaut and the Behemoth is because the type of model is called the Juggernaut. But this, it itself is called the Behemoth. So, again, still looking, and I don't find it in power cores, but back to the enemies that can spawn down here, you can get berated by 4 to 5 enemies, and again, this is another thing that led me to believe, okay, someone was here, because there was 1 enemy. There's no chance that there's just 1 enemy, unless they've only started respawning, because loot respawns quite quickly, but the enemies, they take a good, 30 minutes or something, so it's we got quite lucky coming here and still getting power cores, because I'm not gonna lie, at this point I was scared. I was like, okay, got no power cores, video's gonna be garbage, what will I do? That's me just looting them. But so I move forward, continue, and we're in the last stretch of the video and the walkthrough. So back to the original house, to progression. So yep, this is a very dangerous area, so all you want to do is cut to the right like I did, and then follow through. Because there's no loot in this area, we've checked, there's only sometimes an enemy. Right now we're getting shot at by enemies on the bottom floor. The reason the video has no sound is, again, because me and my friends were screaming, especially me, I was screaming quite loud like a little bitch. That ladder sadly doesn't function, there's no mechanic for you to walk down a ladder like a normal human being. Apparently you're too inept to do it, so we just fall down it and take a slight bit of fall damage. At least they put that bar there so you don't completely just fly off the thing. There's the 2 enemies. My friend was shooting at one, so one of them Smokey is how we saw them. And you want to go to the end to go to these stairs, because you're just working your way down. But so we're just going to fight these things real quick. These missile ticks, as I like to call them, are quite dangerous. So what you want to do is not run away from them, but charge them. Because right now, when you charge them, their bullets will not register until a certain point. So you may get hit by 1 or 2, but you won't get hit by the whole barrage of them. At this point I was just like, stuff it, I'll let my friends deal with it. It was one shot, and this is where it gets tricky. There's no stairs down anymore after those stairs. So you want to land on this pillar. Do not land on the right. I repeat, do not land on the right. You will be fucked over, because there is no way, if you land on the right and fall off, you simply won't be able to get over. You'll have to kill yourself, or, play, the luck game with jumping. But you fall off to the left, see the corpse, and then there's more loot and another intelligence here. So if you're at this point and you're like, oh, I'm missing an intelligence, don't worry, at the very end. Oh, by the way, first power core, baby. When I saw this, I was beyond happy. I was like, finally, this video isn't a complete scrap. This wasn't a waste of time or anything. But yeah, so I was happy today. That's what a power core is. They weigh a fuck ton. Make sure you obviously have a rig. I highly recommend it. And this is the final stretch. Now we're just running through a few more loot rooms with some enemies where you can find, again, more cores and schematics and such. Obviously make sure to check those bins, because you can get some nice flops out of them, or just gear in general. So yeah, but back to that, you're playing hopscotch, so you don't want to do that. You just want to continue through that area back there, because you will die if you fall. And here's where I find the second power core. So at this point I'm like, yes, let's go. I only got 2, but that's fair enough. One of the boys was happy to not, just to take some of the silicon that I had. Well, the trade was fair enough. We were all chilling. I gave flops to one of my other mates. But this is just, like I said, just some loot rooms, some elevator to more loot rooms. It's more the fact that the end stretch, they're just like, you've been through a lot. Just chillax, fight some basic enemies, and loot up. See what you get. And you do get some nice flops, nice gear. Flops, I mean the currency, as in the experience to learn stuff. But yeah, again, my friend's just looking through it. I told him to get out of the way because he's taking too long, and it was nothing. So at this point, we're all satisfied. We're all done. We're all ready to get off because we're just done playing after a while. And there's me just still looking around for loot. Hopped on. Me and my friend were talking about leaving Sparky. He was saying, "Don't leave me." Since we're just waiting, I'll quickly tell you about the shotgun I'm currently wielding. It's the level 3 shotgun, and it's got the shield, underbarrel shield on it, which is pretty nice. And here's the last hurdle. It's a bitch. Let me explain. So there's a high chance of dying even if you touch no lasers. See where I'm looking right now and standing? Don't stand there. True, you avoid the lasers. You fall through the elevator, though. For some reason it glitches out when it lands. You fall through if you sit on that square, and you will die. So do not sit on that square. Sit where me and my friend is. As you can see, it's enough to fit 3 people on. So do not go anywhere near that middle. Try and stick to the sides, in the middle of the sides, and you will survive perfectly fine, untouched, at the end. And there is the last intelligence. Well, thank you for watching. This is the end of the video. Again, I want to say thank you to all the support. If you have any questions, make sure to ask in the comments section. I do actually, reply to them. I'll have more videos up soon. Just let me know what you want to hear, obviously, And also, I do make other content, so don't be surprised if I'm not always uploading MON. So, bye.